We're back with some more Everlasting Summer. Oh, okay. I'm dropping things. So, I'm a little bit sick, but that doesn't matter. We don't care. Okay, everything is good. That's awesome. Alright. Yeah, I'm a little bit sick. I haven't been uploading in a while because of that, really. And then schoolwork. I've been trying to do lots of things because my teacher's an asshole and he assigns me lots of fuck off. My teacher's an asshole. He assigns me a lot of things. So it's been a while. I'm sorry if I've angered you people without not uploading. But good news. Bang bang bangarang. There's a new visual novel on Steam that I'm gonna probably get right into after we're done with this one. And this one's actually been taking a long while. I realized that. It's been a long time, so I'm gonna try and zoom past it. This might be an hour, 30-minute video. Maybe more. Something like that. We're gonna try and finish this with these long-ass videos. Because I know some of you guys actually like it. Because I'm a big fan of long-ass videos. Alright. I really wanted to beat him up at that moment, but I wasn't even sure that he's a physical being here. I presumed that this prank wasn't your last one. I said calmer. Who knows? Who knows? Isn't it fun? The pioneer laughed hard. Perhaps Professor Moriarty? I don't understand. Laughed like that, anticipating success of his diabolical plan. You're certainly having fun, but I'm not. Relax, dude. There's almost nothing left, and here you go, your second lap. After you do a dozen, then you'll earn a pit stop. Although you probably won't need me then. You'll figure everything out by yourself. It's not like I need you right now either. Oh, what an ingratitude. Just cut it out. If you'd ever. Just shut up already. No understanding. Shut your damned mouth! I screamed so loud that the walls trembled. The front door suddenly burst open and Lisa came in. Is it just me or has someone gone completely nutty nuts? She asked with fright. Well, you could say so. I answered angrily. Why are you yelling? 'Cause I want to. I've already realized that the accidental arrival of Lisa was either planned by this pioneer or would be commented on by him in a manner that I'd sooner drive a pair of nails into my ears than have to hear. Have you gone psycho or something? Elisa reclined on a bed in a laid-back manner. To what do I owe the honor? I came just for the sake of it, and you're just here screaming. You weren't doing anything just for the sake of it. I've got nothing to do. I've packed my stuff. It's boring. Well, well. If you think that I came to you because... She threw an angry glance at me and turned away. I really shouldn't have come after that. After what? I haven't said a word. Of course, you thought it instead. Oh, so you can read minds now. There's no need to read your mind. It's written all over your face. It was hardly possible to read anything on my face besides fatigue and anger. And what have you read there? That's none of your business. Well, it's not like I'm holding you here. Forget it. I'll go wherever I please. Don't boss me around. Okay, stay here then, for God's sakes. Anyway, I liked Lisa's company much more than that pioneer. I lay back and closed my eyes. It took Elisa a few minutes to break the silence. You really don't want to tell me anything? For example, today's the last day after all. So you're happy? Well, she babbled uncertainly. Everyone's leaving. Good riddance. And that's all? You need something else? Didn't you like it here? Her voice sounded unusual. I've seen better places. Damn, you're so dumb that speaking to you is a complete waste of time. She got up and headed to the exit. Yep, Good luck to you. Lisa turned to me. Her face was writhing with anger. Couldn't you at least say that you'll miss me? Sure I will. Wimp. This pioneer is going to tear my life apart. She slammed the door loudly. Stupid. Lisa didn't hear my last line, of course. What a wayward chick, huh? As good as you are. And you, in that case. Of course, keep comparing me to yourself, I remarked mischievously. But what's the difference? We're in the same situation. I've just been here a little longer. Well, in fact, a lot longer. And you've already gone completely nuts. No wonder. His hoarse laughter was really pissing me off. Listen, have I already told you that you should be an actor? You do a brilliant Hannibal Lecter. Especially since you consider yourself a psychiatrist. I'll think about it. Well, now I must go. Maybe I'll see you again. Get lost. I turned to look at him, but the pioneer had already disappeared. Finally. But nevertheless, why did he come? It might be the case that me, him, and the others like us are the only real people around here, but I desperately didn't want to believe that. All his speech seemed like some sort of complex game. Like he's trying to give me one hint after the other, trying to lead me to something, enabling me to discover some kind of devious plot. Too bad he's not really successful at that, because I'm out of ideas. Dots. Time dragged on delightfully, slowly, but it's 5 p.m. already. It's common during the summer. If one counts the seconds and minutes, it appears that even a single hour would never end. But if one thinks of anything else, then the whole day flies by quickly. I decided to start packing. They could leave without me. I quickly took all my winter stuff and shoved it into a bag. I was almost about to jump onto the bed again, but the door opened and the Ogla came in. By the way, her last name is Dimitri. That's why I called her Dimitri. He even said, in this little corner, it tells you stuff. And it said that this word means Dimitri, for short. So yeah, suck my ass. Whoever tried to prove me wrong. Oh, I see you're packed already. That's great, let's go. I got up reluctantly, grabbed my simple luggage, and followed her. I really don't care what will happen next. I had long suspected that nothing was up to me in this world, and recent events had reinforced my complete confidence in this. I might wake up tomorrow in bus number 410, or I might not wake up at all. And that's all, folks. It's all that simple. There's no point in staying here. There's nowhere to run. Basically, my only exit is to leave on the bus with everyone else. Go into the unknown. That's all I've been doing for the last week, stumbling along a narrow path in pitch-black darkness, unsure of where is the beginning and where is the end. We were almost approaching the gates when I heard someone calling my name. Semyon! Semyon. Ogla, excuse me, just a minute. Okay, but make it fast or we'll leave without you. I headed for the bushes that the voice came from. Semyon. Semyon. I waded through the thick greenery and came out onto a forest path. The voice seemed to be calling from nowhere. One moment it was heard behind a tree, and now it seems to be behind my back. Probably it's one of those aliens from the parallel worlds, but I suspect that I haven't met this exact one before. We don't have much time. I'm listening. I know that you've already been contacted by him and him. Yeah? And I know what they've told you. Don't ask me how. Okay. But you must know one thing. The thing I know. There's more than a dozen of us here. In fact, more than 1,000. But a lot of people got out. I tried to digest what he said and phrase the right questions. Then why are you here? I stayed. Why? To help others to find an exit. Wow. How generous. And why should I trust you? You're the third one already. Well, in fact, I'm not even sure that you aren't just my hallucination. It's not about trust. Then what is it about? It's about the right choice. Oh, fuck. Is it gonna make me go through this entire game again and I have to make the right choices? Consider this camp to be a giant maze. You should take a few right turns to find an exit. Okay, and how do I know which ones are right? You will know. Come with me. Where to? To the second lap. Hold on a sec. A pioneer said that my second lap will start tomorrow. He lied. The speaker raised his voice. He's gone completely crazy and he's trying to destroy all the others. So if I don't go with you and leave on the bus then, I'll be destroyed, right? I don't know. Then why do you say so? Nobody ever returned after a conversation with him. Listen, why should I trust you? I was definitely on the edge. Fuck it, I'll do it. If I was in his situation, I'd just be like, you know what? Fuck everything. Let's just go. While that pioneer just mocked me and didn't seem to be a real danger, this one clearly spoke about things worth being anxious about. I couldn't decide which one should I trust. This problem was like trying to get a blind man to say whether the light in the room was on or off. That's kind of cruel and depressing. He can only guess, just like me. Hurry up, time is running out. Wait a sec. Make a choice. Are you coming or not? I'm following the fucking voice. I mean, hell, dude. Like, what, if you were in this guy's situation, what would you do? Like, you just learned that this is probably gonna never end, and then this guy comes and be like, wait, there is a way out. Fuck it. I'd do it. Let's do it. Okay, let's go. Anyway, he sounded more credible than the crazy pioneer. Of course, the solution could be fatal, but the alternative isn't any better. I just took a shot in the dark. So where are we going? We're already there. Whoa. My eyesight started to fade and I felt my consciousness leaving me. Stuffy noses. What? Really? What? Whoa! Whoa! Wait a fucking minute, though. No way. That's it? Oh, I made a wrong fucking shit! No! No! We're not doing this. We are going back. I'm going to finger the shit out of this enter button. Hear that? That's just me fingering the fuck out of this enter button. I'm so mad. Like, you would think that... Wait, so... I can't even think straight right now of how, like, fucked up that is. Okay, we're back in the forest. We're gonna do this again. Okay. Should I stay too and help the others? Am I this guy? Holy shit. Okay. What I just thought of just kind of tripped me out. Or is it that I made, like, bad choices altogether? Alright. Well, I... Wait a minute. Alright. I might have just figured out something. Notice how, like, this, it's, like, brightened more than this one. Huh. No, you know what? I can't just believe you in only a couple of minutes. At least I've known that other guy for a little longer, and his arguments seem to be more weighty. You'll be sorry. Those words sounded like they were coming from another world. The voice seemed to disappear. Of course, I couldn't be sure whether my choice was right or wrong. It was a blind guess enforced by a time limit. Nevertheless, whether I'm right or not, we'll find out soon. Okay, I think this time I made a right choice. Oh, God. In a couple of minutes, I was standing at the bus stop with all the other pioneers. That's pretty good, like, art. Right there. Everybody's here? Began Ogla. You're leaving our camp today, and I'd like to tell you something in parting. She was visibly nervous and desperately lost for words. I hope that you'll remember the time you spent here for a lifetime, and that you'll retain only pleasant memories about Savianic. I also hope that you become at least a little bit better, managed to learn something and found new friends. Just come back next year. I don't want to leave Lena. Is that her name? Did I just fuck up her name? Oh, God. Okay, the camp leader looked away. It's like she was trying to keep the tears inside. I didn't expect her to get so emotional, although her speech sounded like complete nonsense to me as usual. The pioneers started to crowd into the bus, babbling cheerfully. I decided to hold on a little and say a proper goodbye to this camp. All of a sudden, I felt a deep urge to throw a coin. Of course, there's no fountain here, and honestly, I didn't feel like returning. But it's still just a superstition, and I don't believe in them. At least I never believed in them before. Digging through my pockets, I found only a couple of candy wrappers, a pencil, and a scrap of paper. Held them for a moment, then I squatted, put the paper on the ground, and scribbled a few words. You are here for a reason. Grinning at my stupidity, I threw the scrap under the wheels of the bus and got into the cabin. I found a place in the middle. But the strangest thing was that everyone sat in pairs and only I was alone. However, what's the difference now? Elliot disappeared, we'll restart everything in a couple of hours. Dots. The bus was slowly moving towards the district sentry, occasionally bouncing over the bumps in the road. It was impossible to see anything beyond the old windows in the pitch black dark of the night. Anyway, I couldn't care less about the surrounding countryside. I just sat and waited for the inevitable. First time in a long while, my head was completely empty. The pioneers around me enjoyed the trip. Ilana and Elisa were playing cards. Lena, I got the name right, fuck yeah, was reading a book, and Slavia was sleeping. Miku was trying in vain to start a conversation with Xenia, and Xenia was trying really hard to start killing people. To not start killing people. Electronic and Shurg were crafting something as always. I was the only one completely ignored by everyone. It might be a slightly far-fetched perception. I got used to the role of being the sentry of the universe in the camp. I thought that everything revolved around me. Well, that might be so up to a certain degree. But here now, I'm only a foreign object. An out-of-place molecule in the harmonic pattern of a crystal grid. Dots. I'm not sure how long we spent on the road, but sleep had already started to overcome me. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. Oh shit, he's gonna fucking fall asleep, god damn. I was desperately fighting Morpheus, trying to stay awake as long as I could. After all, it's quite possible that today's the last day of my life. And probably it's reasonable to cling as hard as I could to take these few hours of meaningless, useless existence. Dots. Don't sleep. However, physical fatigue, and more importantly, emotional fatigue took its toll, and I fell asleep. Shit! Damn it! He's gonna... Day dots. Whoa. A sharp pain throbbed through my entire body. I felt it especially sharply in my temples. Feels like they're ready to shatter into 1,000 little pieces, giving the wind free access to my empty head. Probably I would not have been able to stand even 5 minutes of such torture if I hadn't opened my eyes in time. I was somewhere. It was impossible to tell precisely where. My mind was clouded in mist. My thoughts were confused. The moment between the unconscious and conscious states when you vividly remember your dreams. Whoa. I was going somewhere by bus and was about to doze off when suddenly a girl came to me and began to speak quickly. I couldn't understand a word, but the girl looked very upset. I failed to understand what she needed from me. Time passed and she kept talking on and on. It was getting really annoying. I wanted to ask her to cut it out or to at least calm down a bit, but I failed. Either because I didn't manage to say anything or because my words didn't reach her. I couldn't even see her face. I was simply listening and staring and listening. Perhaps it wasn't important for me then. Surely you would not try to remember what a mosquito disturbing your sleep looks like. Surely you wouldn't manage to recall the frequency of its flapping wings, or the inclination of its proboscis after that. And this girl is just one of the million voices that disturb you from concentrating, from thinking, from falling asleep. The louder her voice grew, the harder it got for me to catch her words. The bus cabin, the seats worn by time, the uneven floor, the rusty ceiling, the cracked glass of the windscreen, everything was floating away, along with her. And then I felt a unique sense of relief. It didn't matter how real the bus and the girl had been, it was nothing but a bug to me. And here I am, hanging in total emptiness and falling inside a dream. Wow, dreams can be really something. Not quite a nightmare, yet definitely not something pleasant. I got up, rubbed my face to get back to reality, gave a loud yawn and prepared to clean myself up. It was a really gray morning. Unable to find my hygiene kit on the nightstand, I concluded that I could manage without it. It was hard to get dressed. My hands were trembling like hell. I looked at my reflection in the mirror and checked out my 2-week stubble. Well, perhaps Ogla has a razor. What? It was only when I went outside that I suddenly understood that I'm not a pioneer camp. I'm back in my apartment. And I've just come out of my room into a passageway, not out of the cabin. I was overwhelmed with surprise, with dismay, with fear, even with terror. But how? I sat down on the bed and buried my face into my hands, trying to remember the chain of yesterday's events. Yeah, the bus, the last day of the term. Yeah, I fell asleep and woke up back home. What? Well, to some degree, it might even seem quite logical. It seemed that the initial astonishment has worn off during the first few weeks. Seconds, my bad. After all, the fact that I came back like this after a week-long absence is no stranger than my sudden appearance at some pioneer camp of the 80s in the first place. The events of the last 2 days flashed before my eyes in an instant. That mysterious pioneer. His words. But how did I manage to get back to reality then? According to him, I was going to be stuck there forever, as there's no exit. On the other hand, I wasn't alone. The pioneer at the bus stop and that mystery voice emphasized the contrary, that the exit exists. Does that mean I found it? I managed to get out of the endless loop? But how? Nevertheless, I was unsure whether I should rejoice or grieve. Over the last week, I'd kind of gotten used to the everlasting inner monologue. The search for the answers and the in-depth analysis of everything. So I simply couldn't accept this fact as it was, without figuring out what exactly happened to me. Sure, he told me that I'm the only one who has observed the existence of other guys like me during their very first loop, but does that mean anything? Anyway, all his theories and ideas instantly collapsed like a house of cards. Now I had to decide how I should react. Of course, I should rejoice. After all, I'm back to the real world. Maybe the last 7 days were just a dream. Indeed, there's absolutely no evidence that I really was there. I don't see my Pioneer uniform anywhere. I look my age just like I did before. My phone is on the table, fully charged. But one can't deceive one's own memory. One can't live through such terrifically real experiences in a dream. I still remember the events of the whole week in a great detail. Perhaps I was in a coma all this time. An ironic laugh escaped my lips. Nah, that's not an option either. Then, all's well that ends well. The last few hours in the camp flashed through my head. Indeed, I wasn't hoping to get out, either from that camp or from that reality, and I was pretty much ready to another week. And another. And another. I'd accepted my role. I reconciled with my destiny. My nose itches. And what was I supposed to do after all the stuff that happened? I heaved a doomed sigh, got up from my bed with a considerable effort, and went to my computer. It's weird, but according to it, only 14 hours had passed since my disappearance from this world. Not a whole week. A new message in the instant messenger. Hi, Simeon. Yesterday it was legendary. See you later. My college friend. It was him who invited me to that party with the rest of his college friends that I was going to attend. Suddenly, all my senses came back to me. The headache, the dizziness, all the symptoms of a hangover. Looks like I indeed attended the party yesterday, and I was partying hard. So there was no Pioneer camp? But then, where did all these memories, emotions, and feelings come from? All of this was so incomprehensible that I became enraged. I began cursing foully, trying to tear my hair and hammering on the keyboard with my fists. I didn't return to a normal state until there were no keys left on it. Why should I care so much? Nobody worries when a dream or a hallucination ends. Moreover, people are usually glad that it happens. Was I really that prepared to stay there, that my return to reality became so undesirable for me? And then a simple and obvious thought crossed my mind. Perhaps I'm just going insane. Indeed, madmen frequently have visions which they perceive as reality. Besides, I had all the symptoms of insanity. I never leave the four walls of my prison. I never socialize. I have lots of psychological problems. Well, that explains a lot. My dark, nervous laughter echoed in the room. Guess it's that right time for me to visit a therapist, or rather a psychiatrist. Or should I just surrender myself at the asylum? Simeon. A horse! A horse! Half my kingdom for a horse! What the fuck? I cried at the top of my lungs between bouts of my maniac laughter. Dispute not with her. She is a lunatic. The racket my neighbors made on the wall calmed me down somehow. If I'm tripping that bad, it looks like only a lobotomy could help me. Dots. I just sat completely freaked out for several hours, doing nothing, thinking nothing, just staring at the monitor. Long since gone into sleep mode. Finally, I moved the mouse and opened a few tabs in the browser. So what's new? F5, F5. As if the events of the past week had ever happened. Come on, do you have to grieve for a hallucination? Was it real? Sure. Lots of memories? Sure. Looks true enough? By all means, yes! Any proof? No. The verdict is clear. As is my future course, I have long suspected that my current lifestyle wasn't doing me any good. I wasn't ready for such an unusual event, but so what? I have to be more prepared for my next trip. Dots. Night. An endless stream of threads and images took my mind off my lamentations and considerations. An instant message window popped up most unexpectedly. Hi, how are you doing? This might not go well. Sure, quite an original way to start a conversation. Doing fine. The contact's profile was completely empty. Not even a nickname, just a 9-digit number. You can't guess what kind of person is on the other end by just looking at a number. Can you? Sure, someday it will be all different. Unified digital identifiers instead of names. A couple of symbols for a biography. Several bits of personality and 3.5 bits of feelings. Get home safely? Probably someone from yesterday's party. Seems like it. You do remember everything I told you yesterday, right? Well, I guess not. There was yet another message after a long pause. I see. Honestly, I don't give a damn who this is and why is he messaging me. Until this unidentified individual starts harassing me, I could easily tolerate his presence in my contact list. Well, that's okay. We'll meet again. We surely will. Sure, looking forward to it. Yeah. Alright. Bye. I didn't reply. This odd, screwed-up day at last was slowly coming to an end. Going to bed, I yet again recalled in my head all the events that seemed so real for me. Where am I going to wake up tomorrow? Will these hallucinations return? Nah, I'll probably just forget about everything. Strange, but now I'm really feeling that everything happened that was real. There was just a fiction, a game of deformed imagination, or really something fantastical, and here's reality. Sometimes inconvenient, sometimes it unfolds differently from how you'd wish. Surprises you like this, but it's still reality. I fell asleep with these thoughts. If I wake up in that fucking pioneer camp. Bit by bit, my life resumed its normal course, and I started to forget the events of that week. After all, nothing bad happened. Even if it was indeed real, who cares? That were only 7 days in a pioneer camp. I wasn't killed. Nobody kidnapped me to conduct experiments. I wasn't brainwashed, so why do I care now about their reason? And if it indeed was a hallucination, I could only hope that it won't repeat itself. Oh, okay. I was still a shut-in. My computer and the internet were my only friends, and my keyboard was the only communication channel contacting me to the outside world. The F5 key became the main thing in my life again. Come to think of it, it really wasn't all that bad. Yet one day, a familiar combination of digits popped up on the screen. A strange contact of mine had come online once again. Hey, how are you doing? Doing fine? Probably I knew him from somewhere, but who cares anyway? Any news? Not really. Stability is a sign of true class? One might say so. Oh, I see. This conversation was over for me, but he didn't seem to feel like that. So, nothing has changed. Nope. Should it have? Well, it's not like you experience stuff that on a one day-to-day basis. Not everybody gets to experience it either. What are you talking about? Don't you get it? I was starting to. I prefer you to explain. Don't you remember the camp? Oh, shit. It felt like an electric shock. All the events of that week immediately sprang up in my mind. My hands started to tremble. A cold sweat burst from my forehead. I turned around in horror, already imagining that I'd seen aliens, ghosts, or the Grim Reaper. But there was nobody in the room except me. As always, I ran to the corridor, checked in the kitchen and in the bathroom. Still nobody. At last I returned to the computer. Same message window was still flashing steadily, as if it was a perfectly ordinary message. Who are you? My hands were trembling so much I could hardly hit the right keys. Oh, so you do remember it. My hallucinations seem to be continuing? Or did I never leave the camp in the first place? Or it's just a dream after all, or... I don't know what to say. I admitted sincerely. Anyhow, I felt that this entity... That's the only definition that I could think of it. Doesn't need any kind of interest to communicate with me. Well, you could just keep silent and everything's perfectly clear, laughy face. That smiley at the end of the line looked like the devil himself, stretching its deformed jaws open to devour me. What is happening to me? I finally made up my mind to ask the question. Nothing. Nothing at all. You're just living your regular life. But the camp, was it real? And what do you think? I'm not sure. If it seemed real to you, then yes, it was real. If not, then it wasn't. It's just that simple. It's not simple at all. What will happen to me next? I whispered. Nothing to worry about. Seems that it really heard me without the use of the internet. Terror chained my whole body. I closed my eyes and curled myself into a ball. Why are you doing this to me? I started to lose it. Words were coming out of my mouth by themselves. Illogical, meaningless sets of words. Why? Why me? What for? What for? Leave me alone. I haven't done anything bad. Several minutes after, I found the courage to open one eye and take a look at the monitor. You are the reason for everything. The message window was flickering coldly. And what's next? Oh, you'll see that soon enough, smiley face. I'm kind of confused now. Stuffy nose, man. They suck. Whew. Okay. Everything started fading to black in my eyes. Noise filled my ears, and I started to feel dizzy. I felt that my very soul was escaping its physical shell. The events of the last few days became hazy, as if they'd all happened to someone other than me. Then the memories of the camp started to vanish, as if somebody was using an eraser to thoroughly rub out words written with a pencil. A moment later, I felt and sensed nothing, as though I was plunged into a state of cosmic bliss. If anyone saw me at the moment, they would notice that I was smiling. Dots. You forgot about Lena? Kinda stuck here. I hit the report spam button, closed the window, switched to the browser, and glanced at the clock. Time to get going or I'm gonna be late. Dots. Forever alone. How is that a fucking good end with an achievement like that? Okay, alright. Every story has its beginning and its end. Every story has its own outline. Synopsis, contents, key points, and prologue, and an epilogue. And there is no book which, if you read it again, would not reveal new details you didn't know before. Every story has its beginning and its end. Almost every. Well. And then I go back to life? Am I done? Soviet Games team wants to thank you for playing this game. Lena! I want her back. God damn it, man. Ugh. Ooh. Thank you and goodbye for now. End. Oh, it's Mika. I feel really bad for not, talking to Mika. It didn't even give me a choice to talk to Mika or not. My fucking guy was just such a prick that he'd automatically just be like, yeah, fuck you, I'm done. Wow. This game, game, visual novel. This is a really good visual novel. Kind of reminds me of the Walking Dead series where, you're playing and then you have to make the choices and then it brings you back here. Whoa. Oh, there's different achievements, and they're all like Xbox. So there's different endings to the game. Gallery. This is a picture of the gallery. What else is there? That's another picture. Oh my god, we were dancing. I remember this. Man, that means they never existed. That sucks, dude. Damn. Oh yeah, the nurse. Yeah, but that means that they all never existed, and those were probably like my real friends at the time. Like Lena and me, oh my god. Whoa, is that my hand or is that... No, that's her hand. Yeah. Like... They were never a thing. Do you know how bad that fucking sucks? That gets you thinking, like... Oh, man. I mean, this is a really good game. It's a fucking phenomenal game. And these are all, like, people... Jess. Emotion. Shy. What? Yeah, this is the chick that I was going for. Oh yeah, this was a really good game. There's more endings to it, and if you guys want to give it a try on yourself, it's a free game on Steam. Just search up Everlasting Summer, and you can play it yourself and get different kind of events or stuff like that. Different outcomes. That's the word I'm looking for. Well, yeah. Great game. I just don't like the ending. Especially the one that said, I'm forever alone. I really fucking liked Lena. She was bae to this game. Anyway. Thank you guys for watching. And like I said in this video, there is a new visual novel that I'm probably going to end up reading. It just came out on Steam as well. I forgot the name of it, but it's gonna be read. It's gonna be read, and we're gonna go through it together. It's how we do. Psychonauts. If anybody remembers me uploading that game, getting those arrowheads kinda kills the entire game. It really does. But yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you gamers to the next video. Bye-bye.